you doing? Hope everyone's well. This is an example of rain in Portland. Am I catching it? It's you can almost walk between the raindrops, as that old song goes. But it's like a mist. It's like going to luncheon in Arizona, like going to Filiberto's. I mentioned to Jack the rambling Raconteur about Filiberto's in Phoenix. Anyway, we're going to talk about Bleeding Edge. Coming right up. I finished the book about a week ago, and Todd's finished it, Lillian's finished it. Todd and I liked it. I think Todd might have liked it more than me, and Lillian didn't like it very much. The deciding factor, when you sum it all up, is Bleeding Edge, you call it second tier Pynchon light, Pynchon for dummies. People are saying, comparing it to Inherent Vice for many reasons, because they're both like detective novels, you could say. They're both back-to-back novels. Inherent Vice came first. It is the second novel of Pynchon's that has a female character. The first being The Crying of Lot 42, which I have not read. And I'd like to challenge or suggest to Lillian and Todd that we read that sometime this year. It's a thin book. That's why it's one reason why it's suggested so often as a first read for Pynchon. I'd be into reading Inherent Vice as well. Now, like, what do you guys think of Maxine as a female character then? Is it believable? Is it successful? Is it likable? I think she's very likable. You know, she's a mother of two boys that are active and funny. Has a relationship with an ex-husband. I think they're divorced, right, or just separated, but they got back together. It's a very happy book. For Pynchon, I'll tell you that. But when I say Pynchon for dummies, I mean, because everything Pynchon's known about is in the book. Although you could say it's a book about 9/11 and a love letter to New York City, but it's a book about 9/11 where he doesn't talk about 9/11. I mean, it's an event, but you think of Pynchon and conspiracies and all that, not in here about 9/11. Maxine slips off to the range to practice. It's really cool, little details like that. It's I like the family details in this too. That's unusual for Pynchon. So this book is really likable. Okay, her being a detective. Now, I talked to Lillian about this. There's some scenes in here. There's some fat footage scenes where so there's that scene, a foot job, put it, and then right before that, even it was bizarre. Her little pole dance at the strip club. It was really raunchy, like for a mom. And that was is that characteristic of her? I guess so. It seemed really quick to me. She switched clothes. And then the other sex takes her from behind really quickly and assertively and unexpectedly. Out of character? I don't know. Several characters aren't fleshed out and they make limited appearances. Gabriel Lights, for example, I think he only appears twice in the novel, yet he's the main antagonist for Deep Archer and Passion Slingers. Now, and then Daytona, the black secretary, she makes a few appearances, and there's even a bit about she get some information about, I forget which one, because Maxine is sent on so many quests. It's kind of like a female version of Hero with 1,000 Faces, Joseph Campbell. I would have liked to see more Daytona, more Gabriel Ice. What do you think about all the Deep Archer, dark web, deep web stuff? I understand the distinction, but in here, this Pynchon, there's something about Pynchon's novels as well as they're all in different periods of time that are, this is 1990s, Vineland was the 80s, 70s, 80s, Gravity's Rainbow, 40s, 50s, Inherent Vice of 70s. So what is he doing? I always point out, or I get a kick out of when Pynchon talks about Kabbalah and tarot cards novels. However, briefly, he really gets into some fun stuff in Gravity's Rainbow. But here, remember the subway scene where they're going by and she sees these tarot cards, and he mentions some Kabbalistic things with the Deep Archer and the virtual reality. Was that believable? I think I marked some pages at home I'll read from where I had to read it over again because I didn't really know where I was at, or there was no sign Maxine's going into virtual reality now, or we're going to try to literally go into the computer and the .com. It's just, I've been online since the late 80s. Emails were totally different, but I digress. So, is the novel a success? It ties up, one strand at least, but at least so many untied up. The novel compared to the TV show Lost and the ending for Lost. Would I recommend the book? I've read, 4 or 5 Pynchons now. Of course, I would recommend the book, and I would reread the book too. But I would go with something else to get the real Pynchon flavor. So I'm going to issue this challenge or suggestion. Let's read The Crying of Lot 49 sometime this year, later this year after summer, or Inherent Vice. So we get into the Deep Archer stuff, and even some time travel and alien things are mentioned. That's why, I would reread this book and get more out of it. And also, I think I have this marked too, better. The Kabbalistic things in tying with a connection between life and death, some kind of deep web spiritual connection with who's the dead guy in the novel? Lester Trapeze or Traverse. It's a complicated novel for me. I liked it because I knew what to expect, and I like those little nuggets of gold you find in Pynchon. And I like Maxine as a character. It was a very humorous novel, very, like I said, touching. And, would like to see more 9/11 things. I've never been to NYC, never been to New York City. That helps a lot. The references to New York are detailed. This is a love letter to New York. I'll put a link below to part 1 of this where I talk about other things. But sayonara. Peace out.